So Tim Tebow is a clown. We're going to talk about it after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because now I'm going to pound on Tim Tebow. If you heard this clip that was disseminated across the social medias after Tim Tebow did his response to SB 206 on First Take, then you know where I'm going with this. If you haven't, find it in the description below. Watch it. Come back. I'll be here. Pause. Okay, now that you are back with me, look. Tebow's he's clown on this one. He's clown-like behavior on this one. This is a stupid take. It's a stupid take by a privileged human being because his whole opinion is based on how he feels about college football and what college football did for him. He gives this argument that he had the third highest selling jersey in sports when he was playing at the University of Florida, and he didn't get a dime for it, for which I thought you should get paid. That's kind of what we're into here. You don't think you should get paid? Fine. Give your money to charity. But to give your reasoning as you don't believe that college football players should get paid for winning, for wanting to win an SEC championship, for wanting to make a buck, and that you could do that in the NFL, is to miss the point entirely about somebody's getting paid in college football, Tim. And your parents obviously had a little bit of loot. Homeschool kids, usually your parents got a little bit of loot because they got to afford time to school you. They got to afford books to school you. And you know, you also probably didn't have to have a job, but you might have had one. Whereas folks that don't have this sort of backing, don't have this kind of infrastructure to help them out, could use the money. And in doing all of this, what do you think college football players want to do? They would love the opportunity to play in the NFL. Robert Griffin III, one of the smartest human beings on the face of the earth when he came out of Baylor, could have gone to law school and been a congressman. But he said, like most people, if the NFL knocks on your door, you're going to take the money because that's what you're doing. You have a trade. And as we tell you, like the Joker, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Look, this is all based on SB 206, which is Senate Bill 206, State of California. California State Assembly passed a bill through its Senate, through its House, that would allow for student athletes to make money off of their likeness and their image, not off of the university, off of themselves, which is to say that if a kiddo wanted to do a spot for a local car wash as himself, he should be able to make a buck for that. Because you know what you're doing? You're putting them on TV anyway. You're saying, hey, tonight we're going to have Felipe Franks going up against the likes of Kentucky. Where's Felipe Franks play? Florida. You're saying we're going to have Jalen Hurts, quarterback, go against UCLA. Where does Jalen Hurts play? Oklahoma. They all make money on these kids' likenesses, and they're not even saying that you can't. They're saying that the kid should be able to do that as well. And they're trying to put in provisions and ways in which you can protect the school and the athlete against what we might call conflict of interest. But for Tim Tebow to do basically what I do, to get on something and yell about it, but to yell about it without making an argument that it's based in fact, stupid. It's flat stupid, and it's wrong. You're trying to do this thing where you manipulate people about what they believe and how they feel, not looking at the facts on the ground. You didn't say anything about SB 206. You didn't say anything about how this actually might work in life. You didn't say anything about the underprivileged children that do go to college on scholarships and do still need to make a buck to live on. Go talk to your favorite student athlete. Ask them how much their stipend is on their quote-unquote full ride. Ask them how much of their time they spend outside of school and playing their sport, okay? And if you got the world's smallest violin out right now, be prepared to get it stepped on because this is coming, whether you want it or not. And you can either get on board with what is right and what is true so that the next generation can be better off than you were, or you can be the old man yelling at his clouds and get frozen out by the rest of us. This is a clear line. This is not about necessarily making haves and have-nots, because we live in a capitalistic society and this is the United States of America. We're going to have haves, we're going to have have-nots. What we can do and what we have done is even the playing field so that everybody has an opportunity to be a have and a have-not. The issue you're going to have, Timmy, is that there are lots of kiddos who have had to work harder, who've had to work smarter, who've had to be more intelligent with their choices than you have or will ever have to be. And they're much more prepared to attack life and climb this social ladder that is made by a capitalistic society where they're going to be haves and you might not have not a thing. I'm going to continue to yell about this because I'm very passionate about it. I believe everyone should be paid for their labor. I believe that everyone deserves an opportunity to make money in the ways that they know how, as long as they are not hurting anybody. As long as you are not actually trying to impede somebody else from making their own living, it's fair, straight up, you're competing, let's do that. But when you want to give me your crying speech about why you think the sanctity of college football is important, I'm going to tell you to go sit over there in a corner, child. You don't know how the world works. Don't you even pretend to tell me anything about how or why these children make a buck playing a sport.